So the next question here is, when's Marvel?
Marvel's happening in 2018. It's a side tournament, I guess. Marvel just, we know it was on a slippery slope and it had a lot of competition going forward, and it just kind of fizzled. It's not to talk smack on Marvel or anything. It's always been a great game for EVO. It's had a stoic 15 years at EVO.
Run.
Yeah, it's had it was the main game for 8 straight years. Like, it was crazy, but I don't think people are playing it, and that's the problem. Is we've always had to support games that people actually play.
Rest in peace, Marvel. Marvel has equaled hype for as long as I can remember. More importantly, it found its home at EVO.
I'm not even gonna. Oh my God! Just down there takes it!
When fighting games weren't as popular as they are now, Marvel was always there, guaranteed to give you your quote-unquote EVO moment. That was until earlier this week, when 8 games were announced for EVO, and Marvel Infinite was nowhere to be found. An EVO without Marvel? An EVO without Marvel is like a WrestleMania with no Undertaker match, fish with no chips, peanut butter with no jet. Actually, no. This is just wrong. EVO and Marvel just went together, which speaks volumes about how much a disappointment Marvel Infinite was. In hindsight, all the clues were there, right? Nothing innovative, recycled animations, terrible animations, no X-Men, and bad graphics. It looked like a game which belonged on your mobile phone. MVCI felt rushed. Personally, I never enjoyed playing Marvel, but watching Marvel was a totally different experience. It was always crazy hype. A dream match, like AJ Styles versus HBK. For this giant nerd right here, it's Wolverine versus Ryu, and I got that as a kid. Marvel always had a place in my heart for this very reason. I loved listening to Yipes go crazy on commentary, and if you're not hype after hearing this...
And just like that, we got a match!
Just like that, Hawkeye.
Oh! See, I'm sorry, Jan. I never meant to doubt you, ever. I knew you was gonna win that.
Something's got to be wrong with you. You might say, who cares if Marvel isn't at EVO? Doesn't mean it's dead. Well, you're technically right, but for better or worse, EVO kind of dictates where players go for their games. A game guaranteed to be at EVO gives players that extra incentive to play more, train harder, and go to EVO, create exciting matches at a hype stage, and hopefully bring in more players just from spectating. I don't watch American football, but I can tell you who was in the finals last week and who won, just from promotion alone. I'm not saying EVO is as big as football yet. We're coming for that ass for sure. But there is a lot to be said about the power of EVO and the prestige about being on the final day of the biggest stage for fighting games. A game showcased at EVO is telling everyone, hey, these are the best fighting games on the market right now, whether you play them or not. Capcom doesn't even really support Marvel. There's no Pro Tour for Marvel, no mention of it alongside Street Fighter V. It's like the bastard child Capcom doesn't want to even admit they have.
But, all I'm saying, they're gonna get a...
It's a sad day, but at the very least, it shows Capcom that they just can't recycle Marvel vs. Capcom 3, slap on a fresh coat of paint, albeit a dull one, and expect everyone to play it and love it just because it's Marvel. Try harder, Capcom. Dragon Ball FighterZ is everything that Capcom wishes Marvel Infinite was. It looks great, it hits hard with nostalgia, it's accessible for new players. There's a reason people were calling it the Marvel Killer before it was even released. But the way I see it, Dragon Ball Z FighterZ taking Marvel's spot at EVO is a good thing. If it makes Capcom rethink their strategy of how to make their games. Maybe this makes way for a Capcom vs SNK 3, or an original title that Capcom makes from the ground up, anything but something like Marvel Infinite. The biggest takeaway from all of this is support your game. No matter how bad the game actually is, looks, or even performs, or what people think about it, if the players who say they truly love the game went out and supported it, it would be a no-brainer that Marvel would be at EVO. I don't care if the game is Street Fighter V or Tekken 7, if the numbers aren't there, it wouldn't be at EVO either. Buy the game, play online, go to tournaments, show the tournament organizers that you care. Be undeniable. Hell, that's what Smash did, and now an 18-year-old game is on the final day at EVO. Take what you will from that. Marvel is dead. If you let it die. If you enjoyed this video, please consider dropping a like or following the channel for more videos on gaming and the FGC. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you real soon.